Girl, I got a story time for y'all. Y'all finna hear about my very first time with a girl. And what better way to do it than to bring it in with a little tipsiness, you know what I'm saying? So I got my little drink with the frozen fruit, and we finna. Girl, this story time is crazy. I don't need y'all look at me like I'm crazy. This is back in my crazy years when I was a teenager. I just used to do anything. Okay?
You know, I ain't gonna even lie to you. I was
Like, I was talking to a lot of females and stuff, but, you know, I had to really test the waters to figure out, like, am I really gay, or is it just a fantasy of mine? Or is it just something that, you know, I'm finding a liking to? Because, you know, most of the time I would get a lot of attention from females. I never got attention from guys and stuff like that. So I would just be like, you know,
let me talk to a girl. Cause you know, girls smell good, guys don't smell good, and girls like me and they be hugging on me, they be showing the young nigga love. Know what I'm saying?
and back then I wasn't as polished as I am now. Let me put that out there. Wasn't as polished, okay? But here's how it all went down. I was ended up talking to this girl. We was vibing or whatever and everything. And I told her, look, I ain't looking for nothing serious. She said she wasn't looking for nothing serious either. And she was like, you know what, you should come over, you know, we should
do the do. And I'm just
like, damn, in my head, I'm just like, I'm excited. But at the same time, I'm just like, damn, I ain't never did this before. So I was like, proceed with caution. So I've been dodging the question because, you know, I was a little shy about it. And then she just came out of nowhere one day. Like, we was talking on the phone, and then she was just like, oh, come over. And I was just like, you for real? Come over where? Where we going? Like, you know, I was being real naive about the whole thing. I was real naive. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't peep anything. It's like I peeped it, but in the back of my head, I decided to, you know how you see something, but you decide to unsee it? It's just like when you at work, and then you see something that you would have to, like, do a bunch of paperwork on, and you just be like, I choose to not see it. That's what I was doing with that whole situation. I chose to not pay attention to the signs she was giving me, because she really wanted to lick the bones off me. She wanted to consume me. It was crazy. But, you know, I gathered up the courage, and I was just like, after 30 minutes of avoiding that text message, I was just like,
you know where you live at. Cause I
wasn't finna let her come over my house. Shoot. I wasn't finna have one of my peoples come in and be like, what the hell is this? Or, you know, black families, we have the tendency to not have any privacy. It don't matter what kind of company you got coming over. I don't give a damn if it's a parent. Your mama go peek in at some point. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just meet you at your house. And then she was like, yeah, that's cool. And then she gave me the address. I was just like, it's for real. She is for real. She's dead serious. Like, it's no going back. It's no going back. So I'm just like, dude, you gotta act all confident. She was just asking me like, you done this before? And I'm hyping it up, knowing damn well I ain't licked an inch of a cat, never seen a titty. Well, I seen titties, but I ain't never licked a titty. I ain't never did nothing. And I'm just sitting over here hyping it up like, yeah,
I know what I'm doing. I done did this before. Like,
you know, hyping it up, making myself sound like I was an elite expert. So the day came, it was a weekend, and, you know, I had a hard time finding her house, so I got lost along the way, and she ended up, I didn't know she could drive, so she ended up coming and get me and stuff, and then she was just like, She was way taller than me. Mind you, I'm 5'2". I'm really short. And, you know, I wasn't upset. I wasn't mad about that. Shoot, I climb trees all the time. Shoot, what's wrong with a stallion? I ain't got no problem with that. But she was cute in person. She was really pretty. She was really pretty. And she had that perfect hourglass shape. But then she was telling me how cute I was. And I'm just sitting over here like, me? Me? Because back then, I'm just like, I dressed it like really boyish back then. Like I was wearing the baggy sweats and the baggy shirts and the sports bras and stuff. And I had my hair in like a little blue afro and stuff. And, you know, I had on a visor and it was like backwards that day. I don't know what I had going on. I had some type of 2001, you know, Omarion type of style going on. Please do not bake me in the comments for this, but that's just what my style was back then. That's all I could afford. You know what I'm saying? I was on a budget. She was talking to me and she was telling me how cute I was, and I was complimenting her back and stuff. It was a good conversation. And then she reached over while she was driving. She just started caressing my leg.
And I'm just sitting there like, oh.
Oh, you a little frisky with your hands, ain't you? But I ain't taking no type of way, cause I'm really like, when I'm trying to like talk to somebody, or if I'm like having relations with somebody or in a relationship, like I'm very comfortable with my feminine sexual energy. Like I'm really comfortable with that, so I don't take offense to people touching me as long as I consent to it. You know what I'm saying? So I was fine with her touching me and stuff. So I was just like, oh, you starting early. And then we ended up getting to our house like about 10 minutes later. And, you know, we walk in. It's pitch dark in this house. I'm like,
I thought you said you live with your grandma. And I'm just like, your grandma asleep or something?
And she was like, girl, yeah. And then she was like, just go in my room. It's down the hall on the left. And she was like, I'm finna take a shower real quick and freshen up.
And I'm just like, ooh, she finna take a shot. She finna come out of there with that fresh.
and like she came in there and she got right to business and she started pulling articles of clothing off. And I was
just like, whoa.
Okay, I like the way this is going. You know, we kissing and stuff and everything, and we touching and shit. I'm grabbing cheeks, I'm grabbing titties, I'm grabbing coochie and everything. She doing the same thing. Shoot. I thought I was finna prove my skills and my logistics to her at that very moment. And she was like, she just got to going crazy. And I was just like, usually I didn't let females back then give me head. I don't know what it was. I just was the type of person who enjoyed giving, not really receiving. But she was pretty decent. She was pretty decent. She had a little couple of bumps in the road where she'll use her teeth. I don't know what it is with females. Just same thing applies with females that y'all would do with dudes. Do not use teeth. That's just, it just doesn't feel comfortable. You can't chew on a coochie. You can't do that.
I flipped her over, and you know, I went from the neck to the boobs to the stomach, and then I made my way down 10.
I made my way down, and I made that ish so darn legendary. Legendary. Girl.
She was a little loud. I'm just sitting over there like, I'm about ready to just smack her leg. I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, is she gonna wait? She gonna wake up her grandma, and we all just gonna be caught in. I'm not trying to get kicked out of nobody else's house again.
Another story time for that. Stay tuned. But I'm not trying to get kicked out of nobody else's house for my gay antics. But anywho, she ended up calming down, you know, not being too loud. You know, she still was having her moments, but she wasn't too loud. A little minute, she fell asleep for a little minute. We woke up, and then she was like, you know,
let me hand you your clothes and stuff.
she was handing me my clothes. I was putting my clothes on in the dark, and then that's when she started putting her clothes on and everything, so she can like walk me to the bus stop and everything. And this is when stuff goes downhill. So we in the dark, and then I'm just asking her like, yo,
Why is everything dark? Like, you never turned the light on, not one time while we was in here. I mean, I know,
like, you some people don't be comfortable having on the light and they having sex and stuff, but it wasn't even no lights on when I first walked in. And then she was like, you know,
We don't really need the lights. Like, I can see in the dark. I mean, I can help you. Like, I can walk in front of you and I can just walk you through where you won't bump into nothing. I'm just like,
why are you so avid on not turning the lights on?
so I got up and I flicked the switch on, and then, honey, I had a sip. I turned on them damn lights, and you know, everything looked normal until I like vividly started grasping everything that was around me and paying attention to all of my surroundings and everything that was in the room. I saw her dresser, her bed and everything. And you know, I saw her TV stand and stuff. But when I really looked, like when I really was like staring, you know how you stare at something but you don't get the full grasp of what the image that you're seeing? I saw a regular dresser, but when I double took, I saw a family reunion of roaches.
Roaches!
Saw a family reunion of roaches all over her nightstand, all over all of the bedroom furniture she had in her room was just covered in roaches. And I was just like, I was freaking the fuck out in my head. And I was just like, you know what? I flicked the light switch back off. I was
Like, you know what? I'm ready to go home.
and then she was like,
yeah, maybe you should before my grandma wake up and stuff like that.
And I'm just like, oh, your grandma don't know you gay or something like that?
and then she was like,
Nah, not really. She just think I'm bisexual or something like that.
and I was like, oh. So I just shrugged it off. I was just like, you're not my girlfriend anyway. You know, we were just messing around, shit like that. So she ended up taking me back to the bus stop. I ended up going home. When I tell you, I went home. I took all of the clothes I had off, washed them twice. Then I went in the shower, washed my hair a couple times, washed my body a couple times, and just sat in hot water. And, you know, I just felt so nasty because it was like, what's with all... I understand people be having bug problems sometimes. People be having bed bug problems, roach problems, and all that. But to openly invite somebody over there inside of that shit...
Good, bro. You geeking, bro. I'm good.
Like, we was trying to talk everything, and I was trying to, like, look past that. I was cool and stuff. I was just telling her, like, I ain't coming over your house no more for just personal reasoning. And she was like, okay, cool. And then we was trying to, like, talk and stuff like that. I really wasn't feeling her after that. I don't know, maybe it was just the whole thing of how I just got rubbed the wrong way with it. And then she just started mentioning, like, she had a boyfriend and stuff. And I was just like...
You said you was single. But okay.
And then she
You should hook up with me and my boyfriend. I'm
just like,
Girl, no. I don't do that. I don't do that. No. I don't do that shit. What's the matter with you?
and then she was just like, okay, and she was like trying to go on about the conversation like it was a regular conversation. I just really wasn't like texting her back as often, so it's kind of like we fell off. And then it was like some months went past, and then it became like the summertime. And then she was like, she hit me up and she was like,
when I'm gonna see you again, when we gonna do this again, and you was good and all this other stuff, and I was
Just like, Maybe next week or something like that.
But yeah, that was my first time sleeping with a girl. And, you know, it was alright. Minus the roaches and all that other stuff. And, you know, here I am today. Full-blown lesbian. Nice to meet you. Now, if you
Guys like my story time.
please like, comment, and subscribe. Share your stories below. I shall see you guys later.
And it goes a little something like
How can